Hi guys, Top Pops here, and today we've got a couple packages to open up, so let's get started. So I guess we're just gonna get started with this one here, which is from Fugitive Toys. This is something that I'm really excited about because it's something for a huge video that will be coming soon. Or at least I hope the video's coming soon. They actually have some pretty good packaging over there at Fugitive Toys. So it is these right here, hold on. Okay, so it's a bunch more mystery minis. Now what I really enjoyed about their website was that they had a bunch of older mystery minis that I hadn't seen in years, and they were all for normal retail price, probably about, I wanna say like $10 each, maybe some of them were a little bit cheaper. So let's just go through these one at a time. Alright, so the first one we've got here is the original Marvel set of mystery minis. This is them right there. You guys can tell it's a bit of an older style, and this is so old that it even has one of the rarest figures inside at a 1 in 144 chance of getting it. After that, we have two different Game of Thrones ones here. We've got the Edition 1 and Edition 2, so these are two different sets here, so I had to get one of each. You guys can see here, they're just different colored boxes, as well as a couple different characters. I'm not too sure who all of them are, because I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I need to get one of every single mystery mini set for this video, so I had to get these here. And in case you guys are wondering, there are some 1 in 144s in here as well, with one of them being Drogon. Now this one here is pretty cool. So this is 100% the Naruto figure inside of here. It's just a golden Naruto, but I felt like this one was different enough that I should get it. So this is the GameStop exclusive golden Naruto. And again, I'm not going to be opening this one up now. This one's going to be saved for the mystery mini video. Here we've got a pretty cool one. This is the Disney Series 2, but this is the SDCC exclusive from 2014. You guys can see there it is right there. And then this is what the box looks like. And there are the different ones that you can get inside of it. The cool thing is about these is that they're all a 1 in 12 chance, but I'm pretty sure the exclusive ones were like Wally and maybe Donald, and then the metallic Wally, as well as the glow-in-the-dark Cheshire Cat. I think so. I'd have to look into it, but I think that's what was exclusive to this box. Here's a cool one that I haven't seen in years. This is the Big Bang Theory set, and this one, does it have a 1 in 144? It does. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's a bunch of really rare ones inside of this, and all of the rare ones are them with their Star Trek uniforms on. So you guys can see there it is right there. I actually have a couple from this. Somebody had sent me these a long time ago, but I've never opened them up from the blind boxes here. So you guys can see this bottom row, two of them are 1 in 144, and then the other two are 1 in 72. I kind of wish that Funko still made their mystery minis this rare, because it'd be really fun to have to buy cases and cases to try and find that one rare one instead of buying like one or two and finishing the set. Now I know everybody probably just wants to finish their sets as quick as possible, but it is fun to have those like uber rare ones that are really tough to get. Here we've got the Shonen Jump set. Now this one is just the normal one. I don't think this one's exclusive to anywhere, but it has Death Note as well as Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Bleach, and then Naruto. And I don't know which one we're gonna get here, but it is kind of cool to have this one because this one is actually one that I've never seen before in person. Some of these ones I've seen before but never picked them up, but this one here, I feel like I don't think I've ever seen this one before. When did this one come out? Does it say? It says 2016. I must have seen this before then. I probably just don't remember because it's from 2016 and I wasn't really doing mystery minis back then. Plus, I wasn't too into anime then and neither was Noah, so we really weren't even looking at the anime figures. But let's get on to the next one here, which is WWE. Now these ones are all 1 in 12 and you guys can see this one is a bit of an older one as well. But there are the different ones you can get inside of here and they're all 1 in 12. Then next up here guys, we have the Heroes of the Storm set. So this is all of the different Blizzard games. They're all 1 in 12 as well, but this one's also really heavy. So I'm wondering what could be inside of here. And if you guys want to see, there are the different characters you can get, and then on the other side, this is kind of what the box looks like. Now next up here guys, we have the Nightmare Before Christmas set, and it looks like these ones are all 1 in 12 as well. This one came out back in 2015. It looks like a lot of the mystery mini sets came out in 2015. You guys can see here, they kind of have a different style than the new ones now. The new ones are a little bit cuter than these ones, but there they are right there. And there's a lot of cool ones in this set. It's funny guys, looking back at a lot of the older mystery mini sets, it looks like they got the figures before Pops did. So if there's any figures that you want that aren't Pops yet, look at the mystery minis because you might get them eventually. All right guys, so we're down to our last couple here, and this one's the DC/Domo collaboration. When did this one come out? I feel like, 2013. So this is a really old set of figures right here. And the rarest one I think is, whoa, okay, it's a 1 in 144. I was gonna say, it looks like it's a 1 in 72, but there is a rarer one, which it looks like it would be the like Superman getting changed there, or Domo getting changed into a Superman suit. Clark Kent right there. You guys can see him. But yeah, this one's a really cool one. I know I used to see these ones all the time at Barnes & Noble, and I never got them, so it's cool to have one now. now. And then guys, we've got one more, which is this Adventure Time set here. So the cool thing is with this one is that they come in different tins instead of the normal like kind of like cardboard boxes. So these right here are actually really nice. So what it is you get a collectible tin as well as a collectible figure. So the tins are different. I think there's 4 or 5 different tins you can get. I think it's a lot of the characters that you could get inside of these. And there's 12 different characters you can get inside the tins. So it's the same as a mystery mini. It just comes in like a nice collectible tin. I feel like I said tin like 10 times there. All right guys, so here is every single mystery mini that I got. And I would say we're doing pretty well. I think we're well on our way. We have like about 50 different ones and there's around 100 different sets. So it is pretty cool that we're about halfway. But now let's get on to the next package. YouTube's time! I know you guys hated it last time, but I'm still doing it. All right guys, so we don't just have one YouTube's package, we actually have 2 of them today. And this one here is not one from YouTube's website. This was done by YouTube's Maker on Instagram, and he actually made a custom figure of me. So let's actually start with this one here because I'm really excited to see what this looks like because I saw photos of it, but I've never seen it in person. Also guys, there is a letter and it says, "Yo Top Pops, it's YouTube's Maker. Hope you like the YouTubes I made. I used clay and paint pens with some brush paint and my hands. Duh. It looks very epic just like your logo. Thanks so much for liking and following me and shouting me out on your story. And thank you to your mom for reposting it. It helped so much. And thank you for opening it and stay epic. Maker." Well, YouTube's Maker, let's check this thing out because I am really excited to see what it looks like. Also, nice touch shipping it in a YouTube's box. All right guys, so before we even get into the figure, I see that he sent over some super glue just in case it broke in transit, but I feel like, fingers crossed, it'll be okay. Ooh, I see it. It looks pretty good. I think, so far it looks like it's intact. Okay, I think the hand came off, but good thing you sent the super glue. All right guys, well I just fixed it up, and YouTube's Maker, thank you so much for sending this over. I know you said this was one of your hardest figures to make, so this really does look amazing. But anyways, here it is right here guys. This is the custom Top Pops YouTubes. I think you did a really great job. I especially love the way you added every single thing that is in my logo. You guys can see the crown, as well as my backpack with the can and a figure on the side, as well as me holding the camera and the papers. Just everything looks really great. And I would say the best part about him is that he stands really well. All right guys, now let's get on to the next YouTube's package because we have this right here. This is something that I ordered and I was really excited about it coming in, and now it finally made it, so let's check it out. All right guys, so I can see the side of the box here. This one is another meme one, of course. I have a lot of the YouTuber ones coming in like early October, so I am really excited about those. But today, we're unboxing Harambe. Now, if you guys don't remember the story of Harambe, this actually happened back in 2016, and he was a silverback gorilla in the Cincinnati Zoo, and what had happened was a kid had fallen in the actual gorilla enclosure, and they needed to either save the child or the gorilla. So Harambe had sadly passed away that day. But now we have this YouTube's to remember him by, and it's actually really cool the way they did it. I'm a huge fan of the way this one looks. So it is Harambe, and it looks like he's at the gates of meme heaven. I just noticed that. So guys, let's pop the sleeve off and see what this figure actually looks like. So here we go. Ooh, this one's nice. I like this one. I didn't notice the back, because on this one, it just has the gates there, but then this one, it actually has Dead Meme as well as Pepe, and he's crying. It's kind of sad. But anyways, guys, looking at Harambe here, it actually is a really well done figure. I love the wings on this one, as well as the halo. He's holding it to the front there, but let's pop him out of the box to see him a little bit closer up. Oh, actually, before we keep going, guys, I want to show you the quote. So on the side, it says, "Good night, sweet prince," right there, and then on the inside flap, it's got the halo. All right, guys, now let's actually take a look at the figure here. Again, really well done. I love the cloud on this one as well as the wings. I feel like if it was just a gorilla, it wouldn't look as good because you want to know that it's Harambe, so it's cool that they added the little sign on the front there. It's somehow nailed into a cloud. I don't know how that's working, but it's YouTube, so they can do anything. And anyways, guys, just overall, it's a really well done figure, and I'm glad that I got, and I'm glad that I got it. Now, sadly, guys, that is it for YouTube's time today, but we do have one more package, and it's pretty big. Alright guys, now here's the package right here. Now this is a lot bigger than I had expected. So this company had said they were going to be sending over some hard stacks. So let's just see how many are in here. This is from pophardcase.com, and they also sent over a letter, and it says, "Hey Tristan, we're a big fan of your YouTube channel. Thank you for all the great videos. We wanted to send you this gift. We're a small family business and we manufacture these hard cases in the United States. These are our 4-inch stackable pop hard cases. Our cases are great, affordable alternative to Funko hard stacks. We hope you love them. Thank you again, and God bless. Offer your followers 10% off your entire order, code TOPPOPS. All right, now let's just check these things out. Now, because of how many are in here, I don't think we're gonna look at all of them today, but we're at least gonna take out a couple of them and protect some of my most expensive figures. I don't actually know where I'm gonna put this box. It's too big to put here. Let me move it over, hold on. All right, guys, so here are a couple of the hard cases right here. I kind of want to take a look at them before we start to put figures in them. Oh, this is neat. So it only opens up on one side, which I think is kind of nice. But yeah, let's see. Can I pop this thing off? It seems kind of stuck. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, this is pretty neat. And by the way, in case you guys are wondering, they are not paying me to do this. I just wanted to check them out after they had said they were going to send them over, and they look really nice, and they look a little bit thicker than the Funko ones. I'm not too sure. We'd have to test them out together, but I feel like they are a little thicker. Now, I did bring over one of my more expensive figures already just so I could pop one in, and this is my Indiana Jones, the Disney Parks exclusive. So let's pop it in here and see what it looks like. All right, guys, here we go. Let's see how it fits. It seems to fit pretty good. Not bad, not bad. And how does this click? Let's see. Hold on. Does it click well? It doesn't click, but it fits pretty snug. Now, I don't know if I would trust this thing like upside down, but it seems to be holding pretty well. I know I'm not shaking too hard, but then again, when you put up these figures on the wall, they're not gonna be shaking too much, but I do wanna test it to see if it would pop off. All right, so next up we are going to be protecting my Snowball Funko Pop from Rick and Morty. Now, this one is signed by the voice actor, and it says, I believe his name is Rob Parker. I think it is, something like that. I'm pretty sure it's Rob, but anyways, I also really like that he put the quote on the front here, and it says, "Where are my testicles, Summer?" It's actually a really funny figure. I got this one from the, where was it? Undiscovered Realm $50 signed Funko Pop mystery boxes, because they actually have their own Undiscovered Realm con, and they have voice actors and actors and actresses go, so they get a lot of these figures signed. Anyways, let's get on to this one and let's stack this one up and see how it fits. Actually, one thing that I would love to try is I've always wanted to do 100 layers of Funko Pops, so I feel like with 100 of these, we could stack them 100 high. I would need something very flat, but I feel like it could be done. Oh, and I also wouldn't use my super expensive figures. I would probably use some cheaper ones, but it would still be really cool to see if we could stack it that high. All right, guys, now let's get on to my next figure here, which is my Joe Coy signed. I am actually really excited to see how this one fits. I mean, here's the thing. They're all the exact same size box. I just like putting them into nicer stacks like this, because sometimes these pop protectors here can be a little flimsy. And if you guys are wondering where I got the Joe Coy, you can actually get it off of his website signed for, I think, $50 for the t-shirt, so it wasn't a bad deal. Considering if you guys wanted the Gabriel Iglesias one signed, you would have had to have paid $40, and that was just for the pop sign. All right, guys, so we are now 4 high. I know you guys can't see the Joe Coy, but I'm not worried about them falling over. Like, me kind of shaking it a little bit doesn't even really make the top one wobble, so I do think that I probably could stack these 100 high. The thing is that I only have about 20 of them. Okay, now here is a cool figure. So this one is done by Billy D. Williams. This one was actually signed by him over at Niagara Falls Comic Con. I don't know if you guys remember the video, but both Kenny and I got some Funko Pop signed. So I got this one signed by Billy D. Williams, and then we also got one signed by Christopher Lloyd. So that was a really great convention to get some cool signatures, and it even came with the certificate of authenticity in the back. So you guys can see here, there's no way of faking this. And then if you guys want to see the signature a little bit closer up, it says Billy D. Williams, and then in small print under it, Lando. And what's actually kind of cool about these is I noticed that the pop stacks are a little bit bigger than they would normally be, so it is nice that you guys can like slide small stuff like certificate of authenticities in the back. Because guys, personally, I like to keep mine with the figures so that way you know it's legit and you'll never lose it. All right, now I have to stack this one on top of Joe Coy just to see how it goes, because I feel like this will also be fine. You know what? I put it up there and it's not bad. Also, does it wobble at all? Not really. Alright guys, so now we've got one more. This is the Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias, and this is my signed one that I got a little while back, so this one's really cool. And I know I've mentioned this before, but I'm only missing one out of the Comedian Pops to be signed, and it's the second Gabriel Iglesias figure. So, if you're watching, I know you're not, but if you are watching, I would love to buy one that's signed off your website. Alright guys, so we're now protecting the last of the figures for today, and I feel like with it only having one side open, it really makes a big difference because then the bottom won't fall out by accident. Well, anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys want to see more from me in the future, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that. But this has been another episode of Top Pops. Popsters, thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow.
Dripping like a school. On a forward school. Baby gonna screw. She funny with it. Cool. V5 4 thump. I'm a hump on a bounce. Jack and Jill up a hill. Baby tryna get a meal. Mary had a little lamb. I really do not fuck with that. She calling me the muffin man. I surely like the muffin top. Snow. Like my lashes.